This week's game of the week is FBC Firebreak, which we have been waiting a very long time for this video game. We finally have the opportunity to return to the universe of Control, but this time with a twist. We return in the form of a first-person shooter, and I gotta say, I haven't played this game yet. I was very optimistic going in, but this is getting very mixed reviews. Let's pull up the Metacritic. Right now, FBC Firebreak is sitting at a 67 on Metacritic. Not great, not bad. It's okay. That's like a mid-tier review. I did have somebody in the comment section last time I said 60 was not a good review. They're like, hold up. Check yourself. 60 is a good review. It's not a bad review, okay? It's a decent review for the game. Let's dive into some of the specific press reviews. Gaming Trend gave FBC Firebreak an 80. Gaming Bolt gave it a 7 out of 10. Xbox Era gave it a 6.5 out of 10. PC Gamer gave it a 60 out of 100. Game Rant gave it a 6 out of 10. And Shack News, closing it out, gave it an 8 out of 10. I think I would like to speak on behalf of all the mediocre high school students out there who just did enough to get by. C's get degrees, baby. But anyway, let's talk about what makes FBC Firebreak so special. If you're not aware, this game is set in the Control universe. FBC Firebreak takes place at the Federal Bureau of Control's oldest house, expanding the paranormal universe that we were introduced to in Control, but also returning fans of Control get to come back to this building, which I think is super cool because returning fans of this series get to come back to the place where Jesse Faden took down the Hiss, and you get to explore the building a little closer in details. We get to see new areas that weren't available in the game. I just think it's super cool how the team is literally just expanding this universe and making it bigger and then tying it in to other video games. It's like this is becoming the MCU of paranormal video games, and I absolutely love it. And this game has a pretty basic, gameplay cycle. Essentially, there's 5 different jobs, and each job has 3 clearance levels. And you have to unlock the first one to get to the second, so you do 1 clearance level, you take care of that, you move on to level 2, and so on and so on, and each clearance level has their own twist to expand the story, and then obviously clearance level 3 includes like a final boss or a final encounter that's going to be tougher than anything for you to close it out. Some of the jobs that are included in this game, we wrote these down. Ground control, you eliminate giant leeches and get rid of radiated material. Paper chase, probably the most comical out of all of them. You have to destroy swarms of possessed sticky notes. So literally, you see gameplay footage, there's people who are just shooting down and gunning down sticky note men that are running through the office. I think that's super funny. Hotfix, you repair malfunctioning fans to cool down the overheated sectors. Frequency shift requires players to clear pink gunk that's covering machineries, and to get rid of it, you gotta burn it or spray water on it. And then you have freezer duty, where you have to repair the heaters to dispel the frost anomalies. I do think it's interesting, though, because hotfix and freezer duty on paper seem like they're exactly the same missions. I'm kind of excited to jump into this to see if there's any difference between the missions, or is it this time you're doing it to fix the AC and this time you're doing it to fix the heater, or is it completely different? So that is one thing I'm looking forward to. Now, this game does feature plenty of customization. Each Firebreaker has something called a crisis kit that you can customize out with specialized tools, grenades, support items, and paranatural augments. Essentially, you can completely customize your kit, and you can use these kits to completely customize the gameplay to meet your playstyle. One of the kits is a fixed kit. You essentially repair, and you get this giant wrench that can also be used for melee. There's a jump kit where you have a lot of mobility, and you have distraction tools, and then there's a splash kit, which is healing and control little accessories that you can use throughout the game. Now, there are some criticisms about this game, but I do think one area that the developer deserves some praise is that there's no battle pass, right? There's no daily login mechanic. There's nothing exploitive. The dev team is actually already hyping up post-launch content. It's saying, hey, we're bringing more jobs, we're bringing more enemies, we're bringing more levels, and all of that's going to be coming post-launch for free. Plus, another area that I think deserves praise is the low barrier of entry. So this game is not a $70 game. It's not an $80 game. It's not a $100 game. This game is $39.99 US dollars, which I feel like is a very low barrier of entry for a game like this. Plus, if you're subscribed to Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus Extra, this game is included with that library. So if you're already a subscriber over there, you can play the game as part of your subscription, or go drop $40 and then you can kind of check this out. But anyway, I think this game is a really cool concept. I'm really excited to jump into it this weekend, and FBC Firebreak is this week's game of the week. And like we mentioned, it's available right now for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.